Hi, I'm Libby, and I'm a volunteer at TWRC. Today, I'm going to be explaining to you the importance of native species. A native plant or animal is something that is local to an ecosystem and has been in that ecosystem for a long time. An ecosystem is basically just the area where you live, including the non-living and living factors. Now, let's talk about invasive species. An invasive plant or animal is something that is non-native to your ecosystem and is often a new and unwanted invader. With the growing trends, such as cacti and various types of flowers, many people are bringing invasive species right into their backyards without even knowing it. Here are some tips and facts on how to help. Now, let's talk about ecology for a minute. First, in an ecosystem's food chain, you have your producers, which are your plants that provide food for other animals in that ecosystem. Then you have the primary consumers, which are herbivores and eat those producers. Then you have the secondary consumers, which eat the primary consumers, and occasionally the producers. They are omnivores and carnivores. All levels after that differ from ecosystem to ecosystem. So when an invasive producer is brought in and begins to overtake a native producer, all of the primary consumers that eat that native producer are missing a vital part of their food supply, and their population will start to decline. So when that primary consumer's population starts to decline, the secondary consumers of that ecosystem have much less to eat, and their population will start to decline as well. Then the cycle continues. Just one invasive plant can throw off the balance of an entire ecosystem. Be aware of the native species in your area. This applies to lakes and rivers as well. If you live in Texas, a great thing that you can do is report all invasive species sightings to @texasinvasives.org, where people are actively working to reduce invasive species and increase native populations. Ask your local plant nursery to start carrying more native species. One of the reasons people bring in invasive species to their homes without realizing it is they go to the local plant nursery and search for outdoor nature decor, and they don't realize whether what they are buying is native or invasive, and so they tend to take a plant home, and that can just increase the population of that invasive species. In fact, many invasive species plants can be swapped out with a native species plant that looks almost exactly the same as the invasive counterpart. If you travel outside of your ecosystem, one of the quickest ways for invasive species plants to spread is through their seeds getting stuck to the bottoms of your shoes. So it is always a good idea to clean mud off the bottom of your sneakers after a trip. If you see an invasive species animal that is injured, it is really just best to let nature run its course. Vice versa, if you see a native species animal that is injured, it is a great idea to take this animal to a rehabilitation care center such as TWRC. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to check out my other videos on animal preservation and conservation. Bye!